Let's get this bastard back to the boss.
He gives them a firm smile, forgetting me completely.
Hail Libertas! Hail Reaper!
They echo. The engines scream like crying babies as we tear off down the tunnel toward daylight. The sunlight blinds, even this late in the afternoon. We take a thin track down the mountain. The grav bike sighs up and down on its gravity cushion, very similar to the bikes Cassius and I used in Darrington Station when running from Syndicate clone traders. The controls are touchy, especially to motor reflexes under the influence of stims, but they're far simpler machines than star shells. A powerful engine provides thrust from behind, as low-powered gravity thrusters beneath create a half-meter of floating clearance from the ground. The seat is curved to angle the rider forward, with a rear seat for the gunner. Soon, I have the hang of it, though I'm by far the worst pilot.
Pop 1 to Howler 1!
Alexander announces over the comm, using our transponders to boost his signal in a desperate bid to reach Heliopolis. It just might. The Society won't be jamming its own frequencies, but if Heliopolis hears it, every gold in 1,000 kilometers will. I thought this would be a clandestine engagement. He just put it on the big stage.
Pop 1 to Howler 1! Handshake 2345209! We have Anteater. I repeat, we have Anteater. Sliders in pursuit are bearing south at 53.48, 113.41, requesting Long Malice support. I repeat, Pop 1 to Howler 1.
The track spits us out into a salt flat. The knights push the bikes for all they're worth. Alexander's wolf pelt streams behind. They start weaving in and out of one another to confuse enemy targeting. Seems unnecessary. Didn't we just destroy the other bikes? I start weaving with them, just a moment before Ignatius banks in front of me, then swerves back without the top half of his muscular body. His grav bike drifts sideways, losing speed. Snipers. I glance back. The cave is barely a dot. We must be 5 kilometers away. An impossible shot, even for lurchers. Something whips past, and a huge crater opens up just left of my bike's nose. I send my bike into frantic contortions, and soon it seems we're out of range. But Alexander has not let up. He hunches grim-faced over his handlebars, looking left and right and repeating his message to his master. Ah, of course. A swarm of hooded gorgons on grav bikes flow down the nearly vertical face of a sandstone butte to our left. Another swarm pours out of a mountain valley to the right, racing to cut us off before we can get free of the mountains. All over the mountain range, the acolytes of the Fear Knight emerge from subterranean bunkers like hornets from a kicked nest. The ground in front of us ruptures with railgun fire, not to kill us, but to drive us west into the mountains. We call the bluff and drive through it. Debris rips into my burn at 200 kilometers an hour. A rock almost takes my head off. Then we're through, pushing for open desert. The pursuing bike still kilometers off. 300 kilometers an hour. The world is a blur, but the mind's eye makes everything feel languorous as I bob and weave around boulders and debris. A vertical silver slash comes down from the sky. A beam of white light obliterates the horizon, leaving a gash of light across my vision. The sand of the desert pulses deep red as it's turned to glass in a 20-kilometer swath.
Idle banter!
Alexander crows.
We've got your dog, Grimace! We've got your dog!
I can't help thinking of Cassius and Darrow riding over the Martian highlands of the Institute, crowing nearly the same thing. We careen over the molten desert. The heat radiates upward. My bare feet begin to blister. I pull them up to rest on the chassis. Through the warped air, another squadron of Gorgons appears.
Split 'em! Cato, follow me!
Hadrian banks left with Drusilla. I follow Alexander right. The Gorgons divide to follow us, not knowing which has the Fear Knight. More orbital strikes come down to hem us in, but Alexander is a god on a bike. He leads a whole squadron of Gorgons into a particle beam. They disappear like mist as we bank into a canyon, then spit out the other side.